What's up everyone, Drew and Sherb from Misfit Athletics, and today we are covering the single greatest hamstring accessory movement known to man, the Romanian deadlift, typically referred to as the RDL. We also love this not just because it targets the hamstring, but we can use it to safely add pulling volume to everyone's program. In this video, we are going to cover setup, execution, and dose. Dose, very important to make sure that we're actually using the right tool for what it's supposed to be used for. So, setup. Sherb is going to go ahead and address the bar here. We want this to be taken out of the rack for absolutely everyone. It does not matter whether you have a back injury or whether you think that you can pull correctly from the floor. In this movement, we are looking for back extension the entire time throughout the entire movement. If you are flirting with flexion at all, it is a no-go. First thing we're going to look for is Sherb's grip on the barbell here. He is going to go as narrow as he can without creating any interference with his legs throughout the entirety of the movement. We're also looking down at his feet here. We're nice and narrow so you can feel that solid base like you're going to be deadlifting. All right, now let's talk about execution. He's going to go ahead and take it out of the rack here. Again, thinking about that spinal extension as he stands up. We're going to go from the bottom up. We're looking at his feet again. We're still in that same stance, but as he goes through the movement, we need the heel and big toe to remain on the ground. To really understand pulling, you need to become one with the ground, and if you are on your heels and those toes come up, we're not going to be able to execute on that. When he is in motion, his knees do absolutely nothing. His shin stays vertical, but his hips are in motion. His hips go back and his shoulders go forward. So he's going to go ahead and do a rep for us here. And his shoulders come forward, his hips go back, and his knees do not move at all. He's going to keep going through a rep here. Those toes do not pick up at all. He is good to go. Now, in terms of actual execution of the movement itself, what you're looking for, what you're trying to feel, if we start with the top, you need to stay in spinal extension the entire time. So as you're going down, you're starting to feel the hamstrings really load up. We never want to feel any sort of action at all in the low back. And if we're in flexion, which is going to be that rounded back, that means that we are not doing this right. Maybe it's too heavy. Maybe you're going down too far. So Sherb's going to go ahead and chase that stretch reflex at the bottom. Once he really feels that, he is going to go up through. When it comes to the actual barbell itself, you know you're doing it right if it stays in contact or just in front of your legs the entire time. All right, go ahead and put it into the rack here. Last but not least, we have to cover dose when it comes to this movement. Because it is an accessory exercise and because we are relying on a stretch reflex and a lot of athletes don't properly use their hamstrings, you could use this to get stronger or you could use this to get sore as hell, okay? So we're looking at accessory movement, 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps, somewhere in that range. We are much more concerned with chasing that stretch reflex and getting the hamstring engagement than we are with going super heavy in this movement. Closer to the 8 to 10 reps, you can go a little bit heavier. Closer to the 15 reps, we are focused solely on what is happening within the movement and not worried so much about the weight itself. So again, when you are setting up for this, make sure that you are doing it so that you can stay safe and be an extension the entire time. As you are moving through it, same exact concept, shoulders forward, hips back, knees stay in place, and always be smart. Start small, don't bite off more than you can chew, only add weight as consecutive weeks go through, not just if you're feeling good in the session. Give it a shot, get those hamstrings beefed up for your deadlifts and your back squats, and we'll see you in the next one.